I've been playing Fallout New Vegas for a while now. I've tried a variety of playstyles and I've beaten all the DLC, and yet I've never really felt like I've been too challenged by a run before. That changes today. I found a new way to torture myself by creating a ridiculous challenge. Some of the rules I made for myself are that I can only use unarmed weapons and no other weapon types are allowed. No armor is allowed. The game must be played on hardcore, very hard difficulty. Reloading save files is allowed, but I cannot save scum. One of the most important rules that I also have to add is that if I die, I have to restart with a new character, basically making this a permadeath run. In the end, while I thought this would be a normal challenge, the only question that I wanted to answer was, can you beat Fallout New Vegas on permadeath with an unarmed, armorless character? My first run began in Doc Mitchell's house, where I quickly came up with a definitely unique and definitely original name.
How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
No, but considering we're doing an unarmed character, I think I know what we're calling ourselves. I also created a beautiful caricature of Mike Tyson. Yeah, we're doing that. For some time, I pondered the mysteries of the Vigor Tester before I came up with my first build. 9 strength, 2 perception, 8 endurance, 1 charisma, 5 intelligence, 6 agility, and 9 luck. It seemed like a decent enough build to me at the time. I then sat down on Doc Mitchell's couch and recklessly answered his questions before further building my character. I tagged unarmed, speech, and medicine. Then, for traits, I chose heavy-handed for its normal damage boost, something that would be crucial later, and Wild Wasteland. Wild Wasteland also seemed decent at the time, although I would flip-flop throughout my runs on picking Wild Wasteland. Finally, I confirmed that I was truly playing hardcore and set out into the world. My initial strategy was to sneak through Quarry Junction quickly, reaching McCarran and the NCR monorail with fatigues from a soldier I would have to beat up. I quickly realized the flaw when I remembered Rule 2, and the fact that I am a weakling. I changed up the strategy, but I was still dead set on sneaking through Quarry Junction. My first surprise would await me in between Gene skydiving and Sloan. Feeling cocky, I decided to test my luck against a pack of coyotes. Hold on, let me check something.
Coyote.
Why do people say coyote? My fight against the coyote pack would end in a way I didn't expect. Alright, come on, let's go. Oh no. This is gonna be very difficult, isn't it? Within seconds, I got my ass handed to me by a pack of coyotes. Slightly demotivated, I started a new save file instead, going for a build with the following stats: 10 strength, 1 perception, 10 endurance, 1 charisma, 5 intelligence, 4 agility, and 9 luck. I also swapped Wild Wasteland for Hot Blooded. This time, wisely, I avoided the hungry pack of coyotes. Ultimately, I understood that, for the early game, I would have to thug it out for many enemies. Arriving in Sloan, I did what any good player does and fixed Snuffle's leg. Earlier, I also got a surprise guest appearance from Easy Pete, who was for some reason in Sloan.
Hey!
Why are you over here? What? This is the first time I've seen you here. Easy Pete migration. That's crazy. I promptly got a warning about Quarry Junction.
Hold up.
I know what I'm doing. Foreshadowing is a literary device where... This is the moment I also realized that I hadn't done this route in a while. I ended up going with whatever route my brain remembered, creating a fun sneaking montage. So we're gonna have to run a special route here. A very special route. We have to kind of navigate the rocks here a bit towards that shack over there. There should be a shack somewhere here. And hopefully we don't run into any death claws. Let's see.
This is a dangerous place, human.
Hello there.
Oh my
It's
god,
good
hi
to see-
Malcolm. You do have the water requirement too. Oh my lord. With freshly soiled pants, I clung to the rock face surrounding Black Mountain in Quarry Junction, inching towards New Vegas. I got an unpleasant surprise closer to the NCR safe house. No, 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 no. No. Don't do this. No, 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 no. Well, we're gone. Time for attempt 3. Quickly, I retraced my steps, and instead of immediately rushing north, I continued sticking close to the rock face. This time, I was able to avoid the demented horrors of Quarry Junction. I began the slow trek towards New Vegas, hitting the gunrunners on the way for a quick waypoint. On the way, I sold off my ammo and anything else I had picked up to any merchant that had caps. At the gunrunners, I was able to acquire my first actual good unarmed weapon, the Power Fist. Once again, my character was tested. Surprisingly, I was able to beat up the Freeside thugs, giving me a boost in confidence. Maybe even a bit too much. I tried and failed to use my amazing 1 charisma to convince Arcade to join me. My strategy to get into Vegas involved using the Kings to get a favor for a counterfeit passport. I was again reminded that my speech wasn't high enough, which sent me into a phase where I was looking for any experience points I could find. I went back to Goodsprings, knowing there were enemies near the graveyard and the Chinese memorial. While I was able to best the coyotes this time, my character got folded by rat scorpions, making my 3rd run a failure. What was that? What? With a new caricature of Mike Tyson and another successful run to Vegas, I switched hot-blooded back to Wild Wasteland, simply because I thought it would be funny. In Goodsprings, I became really desperate for experience points, and so I traveled to the Goodsprings schoolhouse. There, I spent about 10 minutes looking for the Programmer's Digest before randomly finding it.
Oh my lord.
I hacked the terminal and realized that even with the skill book, I don't have enough lockpick to break the safe. I took the items and later sold them. I did the same with the terminal and the saloon. Once I was satisfied with my heinous actions, I began my journey to Prim, where I beat up a family of geckos. Once I reached Prim, I had an encounter with convicts and was able to prove my character's strength. Realizing that I may have a chance to gain experience with Deputy Beagle, I decided to help my odds by repairing Eddie. From there, we raided the convict facility, rescuing Beagle and receiving our next hint for Benny's location. I and Eddie continued onwards to Nipton, where we saved Thomas and said hello to... Hold on.
Volpes.
Said hello to Volpes. We decided to take a detour and went in the direction of the Mojave Outpost, gaining experience off of ants and jackals before gaining experience from the Legion quest. The jackal fight was one of my first near-death experiences. After the valley filled with vipers, I was surprised to discover that the Viper gang with grenade rifles had already been killed by Legion members, which removed a problem that could have challenged me. Arriving in Novak, I learned the important Ranger takedown technique that would give me more damage, and talked with Manny in his terminal to get my next hint. Deciding that fast traveling from the 188 trading post would be quicker, I also gained Veronica as a companion on the way to Boulder City. Arriving in Boulder City, I did what everyone does to the memorial.
What the fuck are you doing?
I then defused the situation with the Great Khans, gaining enough experience to further flesh out my character. I added the toughness perk, which would be the first essential perk for my DT and preventing damage. I returned to Freeside, selling off more of my loot before starting the King's quest. With the quest started, I made a stop to pass my credit check with the King's caps. I then met Horus, and barely deduced that something was wrong with my one perception. Once I was inside Vegas, I went to go talk to House, who pointed me towards the tops. After some quick dialogue with Swink, I talked to Yes Man, starting the wildcard quest. I then returned to talk to Benny, not realizing that I lacked all the skills necessary to get him inside the suite. Oh, the game crashed again. Not realizing that leaving the tops causes Benny to run, I returned to House, who told me to infiltrate the fort. Landing at the fort, I talked to Caesar, got the chip, and descended into the Securtron vault. At Caesar's tent, I also get the chance to learn the Praetorian technique from Lucius. Here, I cleared out multiple Protectrons before having my second near-death experience. What? Oh my lord. Okay. Where's my medics? Oh. Holy crap. I barely lived. After escaping, I dealt with Benny for his loot. Then, needing money for my upcoming endgame weapon, I went back to the tops. With my chips turned in, I set out towards Hidden Valley with Veronica, where the weapons vendor was at. After skillfully entering the base and assuring the Elder that I'll definitely do his fetch quests, I found the vendor and bought Greased Lightning, which would become one of the most important purchases I had made during the run. To test out my new weapon, I went to Nelson and cleared out the encampment there. Looking to gain enough experience to overthrow a house, I did a variety of miscellaneous quests, including the King's NCR Conflict quest and the Prim Law quest. Once I had finally gained enough experience, I bought the subdermal implant for additional DT, and went on my way to the Lucky 38. Inside, I had a relatively painless battle with House. Once Yes Man was installed, I began investigating the tribes. Because I wanted to get the unique Pip-Boy this run, I did the quest involving Carlitos and Juana, unlocking How Little We Know. I then dispatched the Omertas without using the sawed-off shotgun during the meeting. Finally, I unlocked the Pip-Boy. This is why I got it. The Pip-Boy Rebellion. Yeah. Then, I met the next tribe, the owners of the Ultralux, and decided that I'll let them continue doing their shady practices this run. I set out to meet the Great Khans. On the way, I encountered a Legion assassin squad, which almost brought me to my knees again. Well, not right now. What? I'm just gonna... Oh. Hi. Hi, Legion hit squad. I wish I saved some of my medics. Jesus fucking Christ. It's not an issue though. I can deal with you guys. Oh shit, he crippled me just now.
Had enough?
Yep, there we go. Once I met the Khans, I decided I did not want to mess with them either, leaving them alone. Finally, I set out to meet the Boomers. I began doing their loyalty quests, including listening to the museum presentation.
3.6 savages we killed. We lost one of our own. We needed a new home. We needed Nellis. Here we have
I also solved Jack's problem and fixed the solar arrays. When it came time to do the bomber quest, I set out towards Lake Mead. Luckily, avoiding the creatures surrounding the lake, I set the charges and swam back up. Here, I ran into a dilemma. Should I use my detonator or would it break the rules? I decided then and there. Okay, so I have a hard choice here. I only just now realized that in order to raise the bomber, I'm gonna need a detonator. So the problem is, does the detonator count as a weapon? Here's a question of the day. In order to be a purist, since I've only used unarmed weapons before, I'm gonna say it is a weapon. The reason is that you're gonna help yourself later on at the Battle of Hoomer Dam. And since the bomber is a weapon, the detonator is a weapon too. Therefore, I'm just gonna walk away and I'm gonna go tell Yes Man that we're not allying the Boomers. And that's it. After checking up on Yes Man, I decided to protect Kimball to challenge myself once more. With my one perception, I failed to realize that there was something clearly wrong with the puddle of blood in the supply closet. However, I was able to later on convince the NCR soldier to let me through, allowing me to defuse the vertibird bomb. I then dealt with the Legion sniper, allowing for Kimball to narrowly escape. After stacking up on as many meds as I could find, I finally met with Yes Man and entered the dam. Most of the fights with regular Legionnaires were uneventful, and I was able to successfully turn on power to the eastern dam, giving me Securitrons. This would prove to be a key move. The only troops that gave me trouble were anti-material rifle units, but even they failed to stop me from entering the Legate's camp. For some reason, I hit a stroke of luck, and the Securitron guarding me followed me into the camp. This does not normally happen, yet this bug prevented me from failing this run later on. Alright, let's go. I think he's just gonna wait at the gate, but yeah. If I remember right. Otherwise, did the game bug? Why'd that first VATS miss? Okay, I think the game bugged. I just have an ally now. Impressive. A final significant challenge faced me here. Would I take the easy way out and convince the legate, or would I risk it all to beat him? In a brazen move, I decided to destroy him. If I was able to defeat him in one run, it would prove my supremacy over this challenge. A daring battle ensued.
An envoy of Vegas, yet you carry yourself for battle. If so, you cannot truly be of that city. Enough words, then. Die, Count.
Lord. Finally. Oh my lord. Holy fuck. Okay, alright. Challenge 2. We have to beat these remaining guys. I did it. I beat it. Oh my lord. Just to confirm. Look. Very hard difficulty. Holy shit. I didn't expect this to happen first try. Dude, you had to have so many events fall into place just for that fight to go the way they did. That Securitron randomly bugging and nobody targeting the Securitron. I'm taking that W. I don't care what anybody says about that glitch. I'm taking that W. All that was left in my way was General Oliver. I still can't believe how lucky I was with that whole Securitron thing. I've never had that bug.
Caesar on the cross. Been a long time since I've seen the kind of work you've laid down today.
And time for him to
What the
get
heck?
thrown off the dam. My favorite cutscene. And with that, the run was truly ended. Thank you for watching my attempt to beat this challenge. If you want to try the challenge for yourself, simply follow the rules I laid out. If you liked this type of content, leave a like or subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.